Hi teachers, with this video I'm going to show you how to make a practice probe so you can individualize some of the instruction for your students or reassess them if you need to based on their benchmark skills. To get to this screen from your regular desktop when you log in to Schoolnet, you go to Create under Assessment Administration and you click on the Create button. I'll do that again so you can see. And then you get this screen where you can create an item, a passage, a rubric, or create an express test or a test manually. You want to go to create an express test and start now. Then you will name your test, and you can name it, I suggest that you name it by your grade level and then by SPI. And I'll show you how. At this point I'm not sure what SPI I'm going to use, so I'm just going to put forth SPI. And then this you can save if you want to share it with other people as a classroom assessment, common classroom. I'm going to go to math and then 4th grade. And I'm going to choose the standards. Now, right now, because we're still using Tennessee standards, we're going to go to Tennessee Mathematics Performance Indicators, Teacher, and Checks for Understanding. So we're clicking there. And we do not change any of this right here, and then we select standards. Your standards will come up here, and let's say that we want to make a practice probe for a geometry standard. For geometry standard 4.1, so we're going to click there. Now this is when, if I already don't have the list beside of me, I will go to the little edit icon beside the title of the test I'm making, and I will put a description in there with the SPI number. So this is 4th grade SPI 4.1, and I'm going to put classify lines as the title of this practice probe. Just helps me when I'm looking for practice probes that I make. So there are 74 questions to choose from. I've selected the box, and now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the page and say add to test map. At this point, if I want 10 questions, I will probably go ahead and choose more than 10. That way it lets me delete questions that I don't want without having to search so much. So say I want to make a 10 question practice probe. I'm going to type in 15 and say build express test. So this will just select questions from those 74 that are available. Here are the items. One thing that will help you, instead of having to view these all together, you can click on the plus sign, and you'll notice for these it will just open up so you can see the whole entire problem. Okay, as you go down there and make your selections. Now, let's say that I don't want all 15 questions. So what I'm going to do so that I can delete more than one question at a time, I'm going to customize test, and then I'm going to say delete multiple questions. So I click on that button, and you'll see delete and cancel that comes up there. And then you have these boxes in front of the questions, right above the numbers. So let's say I don't want question number 2. Oh, I like that question. I'll leave that one. And you know, I like the question down here, number 10, better because it shows an example of perpendicular lines. I've already covered a trapezoid up there. Parallel lines, this one will assess that. So I'm not going to use that one right there. So I go back up to the top after I've checked them, and now I'm going to say delete. Okay, and I have 10 questions. Let's say that I decide, you know, I really want a different question instead of this question right here. I think I need a different one. So another option I have is to click on replace, and this will bring up a whole series of questions, and I can click on any of these, do the same process, so that I can see which of the following pictures contains parallel lines. I might like that one. This one looks pretty complex with transversals and intersecting and parallel and perpendicular lines. So I think I like that question. So I'll just click on that question. And I'm going to go back up here and say add to test items. One hint that I've learned the hard way, say I wanted to add 5 more questions, and I click on all of these, and I want all 5 of these, and then I'm like, oh, I need to see that question a little better. As soon as I do that and I look at that question, I can certainly go back, but notice that my check marks are gone. So if you want to view a question, unless you need to edit it, just view it by the plus sign there. And I believe this is the one I wanted to change, so I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to say add to test items. So you'll see now that that question, which was right here, number 3, replaced the one that was previously there. So we can replace it that way. We can also remove it from the test this way. But when you're removing multiple questions, it's better to go to Customize Test. All right, so I'm happy with this. I like the 10 questions I've selected, and I'm going to go to Make Public. You actually may not have this unless you're set up as an administrator to make it public, but that's the step that I have to do. And then ready to schedule, and it says, are you sure? Because once I schedule it, I can't edit that test anymore. So I'm going to say, yes, I'm sure, okay. And now I have a schedule button that comes up, and I'm going to say schedule. For my start date, I like to put the date that I created this test, created it today. And for my end date, because I might want students to look at this test at some point during the rest of the year, I just go to the last day in May. You'll see the passcode here. Doesn't make a lot of sense, so I might put 4th and then lines. And if I haven't used that before, then it'll let me use that. I'm not sure if I have. And this is another option here, scramble question order, and that's most helpful if you're using this on an online version, or scramble answer choices if you're using an online version. That way 2 students sitting side by side aren't going to get the same questions, nor are they going to have, oh, I remember that question, the answer's B, that opportunity there, so you can scramble them. I leave everything else the same. And then at this point, I'm going to say accept quick assignment. For you, it means that it is just assigning this to your class. In this case, it would be the 4th grade teacher who was making this. I had not used 4 lines before, so that stayed as the passcode. And then I'm going to save. So I've assigned it. My students are ready to take it. They log into PowerSchool, click on Schoolnet, and they're ready to go. So that is the whole process of how to create a practice probe.